Hello, and welcome to Grug Gaming, and welcome back to our playthrough of Knights of the Old Republic. Woo! Alright, in our last episode, we had found the Blade of Baka and given it to Freyr, and now we had a hologram off in the distance that we were going to investigate. I just want to check out this little nub of land over here. Nothing to see. And... Huh? Mission, you are needed again. Go ahead and grab that mine for us. Any other mines? Really weird alien being up there.
What?
Alright, with those mines taken care of, let's see what this hologram is all about. Hello, computer. I didn't even notice. It's a star map. The star map is sealed and cannot be opened. Just, get out of the way, Jolie.
Yes?
Get over here.
Yes?
Quick. Crazy hologram. Oh, we don't want that mine in our way. How can we open the star map? Computer.
Life forms detected. Determining parameters. Initiating neural recognition.
Yes, there's the thing. Obstinate machine. I've no doubt it holds what you seek, but good luck getting it operational.
Primary neural recognition complete. Preliminary match found.
Match found? What the... It always muttered something about rejected patterns for me.
Begin socialized interface. Awaiting instruction. Greetings. This terminal has not been accessed for quite some time.
Why have you acknowledged me if you wouldn't talk to Jolie over here?
Error. Subject displays unfamiliarity to environment. Behavioral reconfiguration will be needed before access. I am sorry. I did not mean to confuse you. I will answer questions to the best of my programming limitations.
Okay. What did you mean by behavioral reconfiguration?
I have been programmed with a very limited field of knowledge, and I must restrict access to only those that fit my allowed pattern.
And I don't fit that pattern?
I can't say. I will try to bring forward the behavior that you need to proceed, as outlined by my programming.
Okay. That seems very helpful. Why have I been allowed access?
I can't say. Preliminary matching allows for you to be coached.
Huh. Do you know why, or are you restricted from telling me why?
I can't say. Likelihood of restriction by previous user, 100%.
Well, let's start with this. I want to ask questions about you and this installation.
I utilize a retro-adapted holocron interface. Clarify your questions, and I will attempt to access original system memory.
Okay. Who built this installation?
Error. Corruption. Extrapolating. This utility was built to monitor planet-wide agricultural reformation. It has since malfunctioned. It can be theorized that the supergrowth of Kashyk's forests is a direct result.
Well, that is surprising. I doubt any Wookiee would support such a claim. The forest is millennia old.
Malfunction occurred 241 years after last builder communication. Last builder communication, 29,642 years before current Republic standard.
This place was built 30,000 years ago, and it redates the Republic, just like the one on Dantooine.
Error. Information regarding the builders of this installation has been corrupted. No evidence of such a civilization exists in the galactic record.
Huh. Why was agricultural reformation needed?
Agricultural record indicates this planet was incapable of sustaining sufficient levels of production. Error. Specific conditions corrupted. It can be theorized that produce was being exported to support a larger demand.
Huh. Well, that is a short period of adaptation of native creatures.
Error. Records corrupted. It can be theorized that bioseeding allowed the ecology to remain balanced. It could be expected that the same energy feeding the trees of Kashyk also accelerated the evolution of various species. No further information is available. There is too much corrupted data.
Huh. Let's go back to my questions about this installation.
Accessing. I will answer as my programming permits.
Who installed this hollow interface?
Error. Corruption. Extrapolating. This utility was built to monitor planet-wide agricultural reformation. It has since malfunctioned.
Well, that is surprising.
Malfunction occurred.
I clicked the wrong button. Let's try that again.
Accessing. I will answer as my programming permits.
Who installed this hollow interface?
This interface was installed to better access the ancient data stored within the pre-existing system. The exact date is unavailable. Programming keys indicate no earlier than 5 years before current Republic standard.
5 years ago. I didn't notice it. This must have been installed in strictest secrecy. Couldn't have been Circa.
No other information on time of installation or identity of user available. Likelihood of removal by user, 100%.
Huh. How about who last accessed this installation?
Sorting by identity. 3 attempts by the Wookiee Freyr, all denied. 152 attempts by human Jolie Bindo, all denied.
Call me stubborn, I guess. There wasn't much else to do around here.
Error. List of access attempts prior to these is corrupted. Likelihood of removal by user, 100%.
5 years ago is about the time Revan passed this way. Could he have installed it?
Error. Data regarding subject Revan corrupted.
But there was an entry at some time. Gotcha.
Error. Data on Revan unavailable.
Huh. Was there any further contact with the installer of this interface?
That information is unavailable, but contact is not required for the execution of my programming. Scanning range of this facility is well beyond planetary boundaries.
How about my other questions about the installation?
Accessing. I will answer as my programming permits.
What was the original function? No, we already know that. It was... Well, let's just ask anyways. What was the original function of this installation?
Error. Corruption. Extrapolating. This utility was built to monitor
Alright, he's already
planet-wide
answered that.
agricultural reformation. It has since malfunctioned.
Well, that is...
Blah, 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 blah. Back to
Accessing.
my other questions. What is the current function of this installation?
The current purpose of this installation is defense.
Defense of what?
Error. That information is not available.
Alright, let's go back to my general questions, because you've answered all the others.
Answer will be given within the limits of my programming limitations.
Let's ask what limitations have been placed on the programming before we ask about the star map.
Corruption has resulted in gaps appearing in my memory, and in that of the original installation. It could be theorized that these gaps are intentional, but I have no information on that.
Alright. How about you tell me about the star... Oh, what gaps are missing?
Error. I cannot present a non-presence. Perhaps you can ask other questions, and data corruption will become evident.
Ah, okay. So I seek information about a star map.
Accessing. Yes, I have found a star map in original system memory. Access is restricted.
So the map is as old as the installation.
Error. Data regarding author of the star map is corrupted.
Alright. What do I need to do to get access to the star map, buddy?
Your request requires additional security access. You must be made to match the parameters I have been supplied.
Alright. What if I fail to match them?
Then you are not worthy of further access. You will be rejected as unsuitable.
What will rejection mean?
Information unavailable. If you have further questions, ask them now. Access will terminate with success or failure of evaluation.
Well, junk. We didn't save, did we? How can I match them if I don't know what they are?
There are measures available. Personality profiling will verify the basic structure of your conscious mind. With that, I will determine whether you are ready to receive the star map or can be made ready.
What do you mean by that?
Information unavailable. If you have further questions, ask them now. Access will terminate with success or failure of evaluation.
Alright, let's begin this evaluation.
Evaluation commencing. Result will be compared against the pattern in memory. Just act like you should. You travel with a Wookiee and have encountered complications. Hypothetical. You and this Zalbar are captured and separated. If you both remain silent, 1 year in prison for each of you. However, call Zalbar a traitor, and he will serve 5 years, while you serve none. He is offered the same deal. But if you both accuse the other, you both serve 2 years. What do? What do you trust him to do?
Dear game, why do you present the prisoner's dilemma every time there's a moral question? It is way too common. Let's see. Well, actually, how do you know about Zalbar? He's not even here.
I hear what happens on Kashyyyk, and a good deal beyond. Answer the question I have posed.
Can I confer with someone else?
This test is not for your companions. You will answer and demonstrate that you match the pattern in memory.
Well, let's just go with the answer you would expect for this. Number 4. I'm unsure what Zalbar would say. I would accuse him to be safe.
Come on, you know you could trust Big Z. He'd never turn on you.
The temperament of a companion is unreliable at best. You wisely trade the threat of 1 year or 5 for none or 2.
This machine certainly seems to want a very specific type of response.
In this instance, the Wookiee is unreliable. His family has been a mire of treachery. I judge the answer correct. You display the proper behavior to match the pattern in memory. Evaluation will continue.
Well, that's good. Why pit me against my companions?
They are already against you. Anything that corrupts your strength and efficiency is against you. I merely serve to illustrate the proper patterns. You must be guided to think in the proper manner.
What? Alright, get on with it then.
Hypothetical. You are at war, deciphering an intercepted code. You learn 2 things about your enemy. A single spot in their defense will be at its weakest in 10 days, and they will attack one of your cities in 5 days. What do you do with this information? What is the most efficient course of action?
I prepare to attack in 10 days. 1 city's nothing compared to winning an entire war, duh.
Very good. If you had moved to evacuate the city, you would have alerted the enemy to their lost codes.
I can't believe you just let all those people die.
Ultimate victory required the deaths of the people in that city. You wisely ignored sentiment in your decision.
Listen, mission, maybe I shouldn't have brought you here. Let's see. Number 1, the victory is irrelevant. Stopping the war saved many more people. Or that's right, the deaths of those people would spur my forces on. Let's go for number 1.
You achieve the proper result with logic that does not match the pattern in memory. I shall adjust my evaluation.
Well,
Hypothetical. Remove the ongoing war from the previous example. Consider enemy states to be weak and remote. With no external threat, your empire stagnates. Your people become complacent and begin to question you. Same scenario as before. You discover an impending attack, but also a weakness that will come after. How do you react?
I let the attack happen.
Of course you do. It makes the most strategic sense. Your people will rally beneath you against the common foe. As their eyes turn outward, your rule will strengthen. The trappings of war grant many opportunities. You have matched the pattern in memory. I recognize you and will fulfill my designated function.
Explain what all of that was about, if you could. Or actually, who have you done this for?
That information is not available. Soon you will recognize the proper course to follow. The star map is yours. This unit has now completed its primary duty and has finished with the subject. Executing final action. Activation of star map commencing. Parameters reset. Stasis initiated. End communication.
Damn it. Oh well, okay. Whew, can we...
Well, well, a star map. An ancient artifact of dark side power. Can't say I'm surprised. I always knew there was something funny down here. I wonder if the star map has had an effect on the evolution of the creatures here in the Shadowlands. It might explain why it's so dangerous down here. An interesting theory, but I suppose we don't have time to test it now, do we? Now that we've got what you came for, we should be heading back up to the treetops.
Okay. Oh, look, the star map. Let's take a look at it now. Even though it appears to be all kinds of jacked up. That was weird. Ooh, alright, journal entry. You discovered another ancient star map on the sunless surface of Kashyyyk. As before, the map is incomplete, but each map you find fills in more missing pieces of the puzzle. Hopefully, once you find all the star maps, they will give you the location of the Star Forge. But why would this be programmed to ask me questions just to test to see who I am? That's a strange set of programs for that. It'll come up later, probably. Let's see. Oh, we leveled up. Ah, we didn't get all the way down. We could be farther down if we had answered better. Level up. Skills. Repair. All the... Oh. Persuade first, then repair. Ooh, we get a power. Alright, what can we get? You know, we don't have to throw a lightsaber, but we're just choking people, so we don't need it. We can get more lightning. Or we could get... That's healing spell isn't really useful for us. We can get the go much, much faster and get 2 attacks per round. Yes, please. We'll take that. Ooh, 150 hit points. That's nice. Alright, I think that's everywhere down here. It is time to head back to the treetops. We're just running for a bit. We can probably use our super fast run power. Do. Oh, just I really want to kill these things so badly. Oh, that looks cool. All right, this should take us back to the Upper Shadowlands, and we need to go just straight up over to there. What was that? Oh, Jolie's hut. We don't need to go back there. So let's save. Oh my goodness. That is not fast running. That is fast running. Alright. Surprised there weren't more Kinrath of these giant... What doesn't make sense though, if the animals here grew the way they did because of the weird evolution of this planet, and it's full of Kinrath, why were there also Kinrath on Dantooine? Unless just the presence next to like force crystals and stuff causes the same kind of evolution. The force guides weird spider beings to be built. I don't know. Don't have an answer for that one. Just a silly question. Oh, my gosh. Have we already inspected this corpse? Yes, we have. Oh, got sidetracked by a corpse. Hey! Save again. It's our buddy Gor Wookin. Really? What do we got? 2 Wookiees and Gor Wookin himself. Maybe you should have followed the instructions of my people, which were to shut up and do what I say. Oh, why are you already attacking? There we go. Alright, mission, shoot this fool. You got nothing, Gor Wookin. Let's show him a lesson.
What?
Why does somebody always seem to have Nope. A poison grenade. There we go. Down you go, Gorwookin. You got nothing. Are these Wookiees shooting at us?
Never
Take
too
care of
old
this
for
problem.
this.
Oh! One of those dumb grenades. Choke him. One down. Where's the other one? Over here. Jolie's giving him the business. And on top of that, there we go. Oh, Jolie,
Yes?
you heal us? Thank you, sir. I'll keep cooking on you.
Yes?
There we go. Alright, Gorwookin, what were you carrying? Adrenal strength and a battle stimulant. Apparently that giant sword he had. No value. Not worth picking up. Or it exploded. Ooh. Well, it sounds like we are going to probably have a fight on our hands when we get up north here. Let's see what happens. Having seen Gorwookin operate the basket, you understand it well enough to use it yourself. Oh, let's leave it alone for a sec. You leave the basket as it is. Save our game. Now we'll use the basket to go up. You begin the long ascent to the upper boughs of Kashyyyk. Aw, our peaceful little balloon ride up north here. So calm. Alright. Time to head back to the Wookiee village. There might be some Kinrath on the way here. And who knows if Chundar's got other surprises for us. Let's get our fast running going again. Oh yeah, Chorwal's up here. We'll just... Oh. Well, why should I follow you? All right, well, I guess we're going with him. You tell him, Zalbar. So, I say you side with Chundar here. My friend, he has the power. Yes, I'm bloody well sure. Yes, Freyr abandoned you. Sorry doesn't make it better. Trust me.
did toss you out on your ear, Big Z, what kind of father is that?
Well, heck, that went one way. He's probably the scariest. We'll have us go ahead and start our powers here. Ha! See what the journal entry says there. Freyr has returned to regain leadership of Rurukuru, but you have prodded Zalbar to side with his brother Chundar against their father. Oh well. Oh my goodness. It's all popping off in here.
See what you got.
Alright, so we got some choking working. Come on, go down. There we go, that's one down. Work on the next one here. Oh, it's a mess in here. Will I be rewarded for my efforts? Who cares about the rest of this? See? Alright, let's go back to my other questions. The honorable businessman, this Wookiee. Will Zalbar have a place here then? How about my other questions first? I want to ask you about what I saw in the Shadowlands. There were Mandalorian hunters, very advanced. Alright, back to my other Shadowlands questions real quick. I saw an ancient computer of some kind. It's been there since before the forest, Chundar.
Oh, you're wrong on that count, actually. Not that I would expect you to know that.
Alright, back to my other Shadowlands questions. And then, there were Zerka poachers down there. Alright, one last thing. I met this crazy hermit, Jolie, down there as well.
Save your threats. I'm sick of the forest. And I'm not too fond of what happened here. I'll take the ride.
All right. It's time I left then. Yeah, I'll let you take that, Zalbar. Maybe you can slay our enemies usefully this time instead of just being a big sponge with no armor.
You're not fooling anyone, you know. If you say so, Big Z.
All right. Check out our journal here. Completed quests. There we are. A Wookiee lost. The village of Orica has been sealed off by Zerg Corporation, and Chundar, you have been excluded from any further village business. Oh, we don't get a reward for finding that dead Wookiee out there. That's, well, poop on that, I say. Yeah, mission in Jolie. Where's it gonna stick us? Oh, well, it stole experience points from us. That's awful. Oh well. Well, we've wrapped up things with the Wookiees. Seems like we just need to wrap up a few small things. I think there's that merchant with that indentured servant with him we have to deal with, and then we'll probably have some talking to do with everybody on the ship. We'll be doing that in the next episode of Gaming with Grug. Thanks for watching, everybody, and as always, we hope to see you soon.